Hello everyone, welcome to the SCP stream. My left arm is not available right now. It's just as well I'm not doing a gaming stream, really. I have a very sleepy kitty on my lap and he is curled up on my arm, which means, as anyone knows about cats, that I am unable to get up or move my arm. Good thing that all I really need is this hand to use the mouse. Yeah, we're here with the SCP stream. I do realise now that I don't have the guidelines down there anymore, because I had to build all my stuff from scratch, and I did this in like 10 minutes or so. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just very quickly do that. Text. Oh, you going? Hi, Capius. Oh well, got both my hands back now. So let me just pop this in. Just one there. Background color. Here we go. Select color. So yeah. Okay. Text. Jesus Christ, that's huge. But yeah, it's gonna be. And I see there's already been a entry there. Thank you for that. I'm just going to have to scale that down massively. And where the fuck did that go? Reem, you wanna come back here? That just kind of yeeted itself across. Okay. Transform. Can I? Fit to screen. There we go. That's much better. Do that. No, that is not at all what I was telling you to do. Okay. Oh, that really... Oh, God, that... Well, looks better than it did, at least. Okay, so where is background? It's not... It's a background gradient? No, it's not a background color. Oh, there we are, background opacity. Oh, God, that does not look great. That needs to go a little bit brighter, I think, actually. Yeah. Now we need to change the text font. Jesus, that was loud. I do not know. Right at this point in time, I'm just to use a... I mean, that's not actually all that bad. Text color. Let's give it a nice... Oh, God. This is my lack of knowledge of colours. There we go. That's good enough. That's good enough. I think. Oh, God, the weird cut up. There we go. That looks nowhere near as good as it used to. For but hey, it'll work for now. It does the purpose. It does the purpose. Yeah, it fits purpose. Let me just pop on the list the thing there. Awesome. Right. Okay, so with that all done, hello and welcome everyone properly to the SCP stream. I now no longer have a cat on my lap. Let's see, what's new? Oh yeah, there's a new redeem. Well, it's not a new redeem, it's a redeem that's been restocked. Very much restocked, and I hate myself for having suggested it, but gotta make entertaining content somehow. Yeah. Is there anything I need to say before I start getting into chat? apart from the the redeem being restocked. I don't think so. I'm still thinking of what to do about the horror stream that was supposed to happen yesterday. I'm thinking I'm going to replace RPG Thursday with it this week. So rather than doing Wasteland 3, I'm going to do Locked Up. Because I'm really interested in playing Locked Up after having done Find Yourself, and you know, it interests me. It interests me because I saw someone play the demo for a few minutes. I was like, this looks really spooky. I want to play this, and I've wanted to play it ever since. I bought it, and my PC was not good enough for it. It is now, though. It's more than good enough for it. So, yeah. Now we're going to have a look into that. Usual stuff applies with the SCP streams. There are a number of redeems that have been disabled because they just don't mesh well with this. There are a number of redeems that are... Well, the SCP redeem is there for people who want to suggest an SCP and put it into the racking. I do have a list of all the ones I've done before, so if yours comes up as having been read before, 99% of them will just be refunded if that's the case. There has been one instance, I think, where a duplicate was allowed, but that was because it was 666.5/J, because that one just absolutely broke me. I do still need to do the re-recording of the first few streams, and honestly, I'm actually in a better place just in general to do that nowadays. So I might well do that, but then again, I've got a lot of projects. I have a lot of recording projects now. But yeah, so I think that's everything. So we'll catch up on chat. Oh, well, no, there is one thing we need to do first. And then since we've got a significant number of people in chat, and also Q mentioned it just now. And I just noticed no, we cannot resuggest the list of things Dr. Bright's not allowed to do, because that takes forever to get through. That one took almost 2 hours to read through. And whilst it's hilarious, it took too long. And it's actually on the... it's actually in the stream archive because that was on the last SCP stream. But yeah, so as you see the wheel, this is a list of all of the names that have been selected as finalists for the name of that guy, that thing. So all the chosen names are there, along with who suggested them. So I'm thinking, because there's quite a few of them, I'll spin the wheel maybe 4 times to get 4 finalists. 3 of those finalists will get a prize, and then whichever one wins out of that gets the top prize. Actual prizes to be worked out, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's also bring up the text document that has the name suggestions on it. And we'll pop a little thing at the top. Top prize. Second, third, and fourth. So there we go. That's prizes. Yeah, there was prizes because I did say it was a competition. So it seems they're only right to have a competition with prizes. So without further ado, let's move this over here because it's currently sharing a thing. And did we get it so it actually captures properly? There we go. So first one. We get a suggestion from here for Isaac Matthew Bones, aka I Am Bones. That's our first one. I just realised I should modify my advanced options. Remove choice after it's landed on. There we go. Apply changes. Whether that's worked or not, I don't know. It looks like it has been removed. That's good. Right. So, second finalist. Sullivan O'Reilly von Chesterton III by Pokey. So I realized that Pokey did submit 2 names, but basically they were the same names, just one was the third and one was not. That's our second finalist. The third finalist, Tony. Sure. It's gonna be hilarious if you've gone through all this and Tony is the one that wins. Hey, Hexer's the fourth finalist. So the fourth finalist going in. That is, let's clear the choices. So the choices are now Tony with the finalist of Mal. You know what? I am just gonna copy and paste that one. Honestly, with the number of final ones that Nia suggested, I'm surprised that Nia didn't get more than one. Okay. Do that. Apply wheel change. You know, I kind of want to modify it so it's going to take longer than it does, because the longer it takes, the less chance of, you know, just a... Oh, my seconds to spin. Let's put it to 15. 15 seconds to spin. Okay. Now to decide the finalists and what the skull gets named, so it's not going to be rigged. Because I can't stop it after it spins anyway. I want to keep putting my arm over the back of the chair, but it's just slightly too hard. Oh. I did say, wouldn't it be hilarious if we've gone through getting all of these really apt and fitting names and it lands on Mal's suggestion. So there we go. There we go. It's Tony. It's Tony. Got Tony the Skull. There we go. So our finalists are grabbing second, third, and fourth places. Joint is Pokey with Sullivan O'Reilly von Chesterton III, Nia with Isaac Matthew Bones, aka I Am Bones, and Q with Hector. So congratulations to you. And then the actual top prize being Mal with Tony. Hello, Capius. So yeah, that's that decided. I think I see there's a hydration reminder there. That's be very, very needed. Thank you for that, Kelly. All right, now it's time for catching up with the chat over there and jumping into the first one. Even though the next one actually now does have next. Next is going to be Capes is just sitting at the foot of the bed of the chair there. Right. Hello, welcome DJ first. Indeed. And hello, welcome Red. Second. Yep. And now Capius is licking his arse. You're a wonderful piece of content, Capius. Hello, welcome E with third, and hello, welcome Jack with fourth. And thank you, DJ, for the first submission of the SCP. Excuse me. Lydia, hello, welcome. Well, the chat likes it huge, especially because you're here, Lydia. Size monarchs, each and every one of you. Yeets. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I could only bring it back by essentially transforming it to fit, to stretch to the screen, and it just did. It worked. No idea. When in doubt, stretch it. Reg, you found the entire Great Gatsby were put into SCP format. I probably wouldn't be allowed to redeem that, but Temptation. That sounds like it would be a joke SCP, and those ones generally aren't allowed. Or actually, no, if it's no, it sounds like it might be a Tails, and Tails aren't allowed because they just go on too long. The only ones that are allowed are mainstream ones and the joke ones. And the joke ones, well, actually, there's no restriction on the joke ones because they've been suggested so many times. In fact, actually, I think we do seem to average at least one, maybe two jokes each SCP stream. In fact, actually looking back at them, the only one that never had a joke on was the second SCP stream. And then you have ones like the 6th stream, where out of all of them there were 5 jokes, but we did also start off with one of the 001s. And the 7th one went on for ages because, well, we did another SCP-001. Yeah. Very, very cranky hair medicine. All you fair. Hope you feel better soon, DJ, and remember to be mindful of yourself. If you're feeling too cranky and snappy, then maybe some rest will be in order. It's like the scroll down is very long. Yeah, that's gonna be a no. Yeah, Hector is a better streamer than you. Well, it's not Hector anymore, so your plan there is completely flawed, Q. Q had food. I did not too sick. But he was asking Q. Had like 5 cross ants. Too much for breakfast, not enough for lunch, so I don't know, eat a little bit more. Thank you for submitting a SCP suggestion, being 2337. Can you repeat the list of things Dr. Bright's not allowed to do? I already answered that. I'm trying to keep updates on my list of SCP you've forgotten. Well, if you want the ones that I've read, that's in the server. As for ones you want to suggest, I'm not sure, I'm afraid. So it will remain my favourite, however. It's my second favourite. The list of things Dr. Bryce not allowed to do is my second favourite. My favourite will still always be 666.5/J. Actually, yeah, that one's still my favourite. My second favourite is going to have to be the plushie that is the most demonic thing in existence. Surprise, prizes, woo, Hector, I manifest you. It's Tony Boney. Boo, yes. Yeah, hello and welcome. Me, hi, I'm here and absolutely ready. Totally didn't forget to prepare my SCPs. It's fine, you've got time. And Callie, hello and welcome. Chat properly? Yes, it's Boney Tony. Damn it, Hector the Boner, gone but not forgotten. Grabs box, turns upside down, flops in. The idea this is going to sound lewd as all fuck, but I'm still going to say it. I reach into your box and give you a very thorough squitching and some good pets. Because the Protobat deserves it. Like I said, lewd as fuck. Woodgren, hello and welcome. Miss anything interesting? Nope, just choosing the name for that thing. It's now Tony. Thanks to Mal. It's alive. Sure, my son, he needs to read with you. Well, he's buggered off now. I say buggered off, I can see him like lurking just outside the bedroom door. Yes, you. I'm talking about you. I can see a part of you undulating slightly as you know. Yeah, no, he's walking over. So I don't have the points right now, dang. Well, near the thing does still apply. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people here who, a fair few people who've got a lot of points who will quite happily substitute their points for yours. If Capers keeps looking his ass for more than an hour, then whatever he's looking for is either gone for good or there to stay. Yeah, sounds about right. 770, 272, and that will happen over again. Cool. Still wouldn't matter to see any SCPs to recommend. No Roys at all. Prototype doesn't deserve anything today. That's not true, Lydia. You always deserve affection and friendship and love. You always do. Regardless of what's happened or how you feel, you are deserving of niceness and kindness. And we are here to provide it. That's Prototype on the head. Yes. Fully agree with this. I think that's everything caught up with. No other announcements to make. Aside from tonight is going to be Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. No, I got that. I did. I was worried I didn't have that because I'd left it in the UK, but no. Fox has her version of it, and I bought mine digitally because I have the PS5 version of it now, which works a lot better than the PS4 and isn't glitchy. And then tomorrow we've got the end of Bioshock 2 on hard mode and the beginning of Bioshock Infinite on 1999 mode. Thursday, I'm fairly certain is going to be substituted as a horror stream. And then Saturday, getting close to the end of Detroit Become Human at balls early in the morning for me. Followed by a little break, and then going back into EDF 4.1 with Team Bondage. Sunday, more EDF 4.1 for Team Bondage. Then Monday, we go back to Chaos Monday, and then everything just sits back into normal day-on-day streaming. Yeah. Oh yeah, also, watch this space. Merch might be on the way fairly soon, because Callie has very kindly offered to turn designs into, well, pictures into designs, I should say. It just needs doing. But let's go and bring up the SCP, which is 2203. That will be find the one for you. Okay. He has no idea where to squeeze Nostalgia into that. I mean, if need be, I can move things around to accommodate Lydia. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I do not mind having my schedule being flexible for the purpose of accommodating the people I care about. Right, so there we go. Item number SCP-2203. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-2203 is to be kept in a standard locker and powered down between tests. Use of SCP-2203 is restricted solely for testing and not for any other purpose. Any information gathered from SCP-2203 must be logged in the experiment journal and is not to be acted upon without principal researcher's consent. All requests for hiring decisions, vacation time, or transfers to different facilities strictly on SCP-2203's advice will be denied. Researchers are expected to review the personnel guide for Foundation policies regarding ethical behavior in relationships between employees before testing. Testing of the cars created by SCP-2203 using SCP-2236 has been approved following review by Site Command. Don't want to blow my schedule? I'm offering, Lydia. I'm offering. You feel free to do tell me when is a good time for you, and I will move my schedule around as is good. I do 8 streams a week. In theory, I don't think it'll matter too much if one needs to get moved or cancelled. You are more than free to. The offer is there. Let me know when is good for you, and we will do so. So I was making Mark's schedule while chanting, you apologize. There we go, see? Description. SCP-2203 is a standard love tester amusement. The amusement is 1.9 meters tall and is constructed from American chestnut, Castana dentata wood, brass and glass, with a brass hand grip on the front and topped with a tall light box. Next to the grip on SCP-2203 is a brass plate with the following engraved on it: find the one for you, test your love, and find that one special someone you are destined to spend the rest of your life with. Your sweetheart is waiting. On the back of the machine is a small plaque listing the Great Amusementology Company as the manufacturer. Similar to other lever testers, when activated, the light box cycles through each light while a beeping melody is played. Based on the measured skin conductivity of the subject holding the hand grip, the light box indicates the supposed score of the subject's romantic appeal. The fuck was that? Oh, I accidentally brushed the numpad enter button. Of the subject's romantic appeal. The possible results are: please try again, clammy, harmless, mild, naughty but nice, wild, burning, passionate, hot stuff, and uncontrollable. Unlike other love testers, 2203 also dispenses a calling card displaying the name and address of a person along with a few words of advice about approaching said person. In all cases, the person mentioned has been proven to exist. Examination of the internal workings of 2203 has been unable to ascertain the information source of names and addresses, nor has any method of choosing a name been found. Subjects who approach the person named on the card report finding an easy bond between the two can be created, as if the subject implicitly understood the person. Subsequent interviews with the person approached can also indicate a reciprocation of positive emotional connections with the subject. Sexual, romantic, and otherwise intimate relationships between the subject and the person have been determined by interview to be long-lasting, with marriage and full expectation of a happy life being common results. Both subject and the person express lower cortisol levels and higher oxytocin and vasopressin levels in the event of a continuation of the bond. Testing has shown that the bond is not anomalous in nature and can be disrupted. Tactics on the initial approach that suggest a lack of safety on the part of the person approached can dissuade the person from further interaction with the subject as normal. Subsequent assaults or active betrayal once the bond has been established can dissolve the bond. The anomalous nature of 2203 involves its ability to choose someone who reacts positively to the subject's personality and does not impart any extra ability to strengthen the bond. Recovery log. 2203 was recovered on the 14th of February, of course, 1973 from in San Francisco, California. Police were called to break up and arrest two individuals who were fighting in front of the object, which was in the corner of a room with similar amusements. A Foundation agent embedded in the police force investigated the claim from the altercators that one man's girlfriend was supposed to be the other's true mate, according to the object. The agent operated 2203 and was given a card with the name and current address of a former girlfriend in St. Louis, whatever MO means. I don't know states. He reported the event to the Foundation and requested vacation time. Addendum 2203-A experiment log. Initial D-class safety testing revealed no anomalous risk from 2203. See safety log 2203-1. Principal researcher Dr. Andrew Califano recommends testing with well-socialized subjects of up to level 3 clearance. Permission granted. Experiment 2203-A-1. Date 17th of February 1973. Subject Dr. Andrew Califano. Notes: Dr. Califano is married to Sylvia Califano with 2 young children, Michael and Jocelyn. He reports a happy home. Score: mild. Card: Sylvia Califano. Vista. But you already know that. Wow. Thank you very much, Woodgren, for the submission of SCP J. Okay. I will find it. Woodgren Murray, hello and welcome. What's the abbreviation? MO. Montana, I suppose. I'm guessing Montana. If it's wrong, I'm going to quit the United States. I'm just gonna uninstall the United States. That's all it is. It's an actual thing, apparently. I believe that. I mean, to be fair, not the previous stream, but the stream before that ended with an SCP and then a dick in ASCII format, /J. As you know, 8 == D. Results: Silver Califano asked to come in for testing. Experiment 2203-A-2. Date 18th February 1973. Subject: Sylvia Califano. Notes: wife of Dr. Andrew Califano. Score: naughty but nice. Card: Andrew Califano. Vista. You two are so lovely together. Oh, so they were already married, and it basically was reaffirming their marriage, right? Missouri. I'm going to uninstall the United States after this stream, because that makes no sense. None whatsoever. Makes no sense. Have a link for this one if you want it. I might do. I will see if I can find it swiftly afterwards, but if I can't, yeah, feel free to throw it in chat. Actually, feel free to throw it in chat now, and I'll grab it in case I can't find it. Result: testing confirms that perfect reciprocal matches are possible. Experiment 2203-A-14. Date 9th of August 1984. Subject: Agent Ron Towson. Notes: subject is single and unattached. Score: uncontrollable. Montana's MT. I am definitely uninstalling the United States after this. That just makes no sense whatsoever. And thank you very much, Woodgren. I've gotten that. Card: Olivia Scarborough. Leads: patience friend. Result: Agent Tosin reported AWOL and disappeared on the 15th of December 1984. Subject was not located and not properly anaesthetized before termination of employment. Tracking down of Agent Tosin considered high priority as he is well trained in Foundation tactics and infiltration. On the 25th of December 1984, a domestic disturbance and an intruder at the home of Ms. Scarborough was reported to the West Yorkshire Police, and arrests were made. Due to political conditions between the UK and the Foundation at the time, the names of the arrests were never revealed. Containment procedures updated to forbid the use of 2203 in hiring decisions, transfer requests, and vacation planning. He did not have patience. Experiment 2203-A-26. Date: 24th of October 1986. Subject: researcher Kathy Miner. Notes: subject is single and unattached. Score: wild. Card: Oscar Hamilton. Denver. He'd be a perfect gentleman. Result: Mr. Hamilton has been selected as a match 3 times for different subjects. All 3 subjects were female, heterosexual, between 25 to 30 years of age, of similar height and build, scored high on openness and introversion personality characteristics, and had a high score parameter of wild. Mr. Hamilton was not associated with the Foundation. O5 approval to approach him for testing was requested and approved. Upon initial interview, Mr. Hamilton reported to be engaged and refused the offer to be tested with 2203. He replied that he loves his fiancée and he would rather listen to his heart than any machine. Mr. Hamilton voluntarily took a Class B amnestic and was released without testing. Experiment 2203-A-45. Date: 11th of May 1997. Subject: Dr. Mizaki Ota. Notes: subject is single and unattached. Subject reports being asexual and aromantic. Score: harmless. Card: Karen Schmidt. Room 459, New York City. Relax, her art will speak to you. Result: subsequent contact with Ms. Schmidt has been to date positive. Dr. Ota has provided considerable support for Ms. Schmidt's artwork and counts as her best friend. Sexual and romantic orientation of subjects has been preserved in all cases. All identification of partners has been proven compatible for the subject. Experiment 2203-A-67. Date: 18th of April 2003. Subject: D72234. Notes: subject is single and unattached. Noted to have history of domestic violence. Requested testing on SCP-2203. Score: uncontrollable. Card: you should have waited. I think this Foundation got that agent back. That was a bit chilling right at the end. That was a little bit on the chilling side. Up until then, it seemed fine. It was fine. Fine. Everything was fine. The one with this with nice choice. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's one that Nia would have also suggested. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're in for a rough time with that one. Oh no. So the next one is titled Dr. Spanko. I'm not so sure if this is going to be safe for Twitch. I'm not sure. You know, when is something I stream ever safe for Twitch? And the fact that I can't see that is just even more hilarious because, you know, I can't see the underscore. Whoops. That's completely harmless. A bit long but fun. Oh dear. Well, we're going to need the fun ones because we're running out of after this. Well, after the joke one anyway. SCP-2337. Item number SCP-2337. Object class Euclid. Euclid. What? The reason why I'm going what is because of this. Let me just show the browser source. Okay, yep. Let's do. This should do. That's the picture that comes along with the SCP. That's a Euclid class SCP, and it's called Dr. Spanko, apparently. I quit. I quit. I quit this and I'm going to uninstall the United States. That's what's happened in this stream so far. You know this one as well. Jesus. I've noticed that we haven't had Pokey yet, so that would be why we haven't had any of the big chungers yet, or the overwhelmingly haunting ones. There is still time. We've only been doing this for half an hour. Yeah, half an hour. Special containment procedures. 2337 is to be kept in a standard avian habitat cell with soundproofing. Personnel required to wear level was 3B, was 5A, was 7A, now 26M ear protection while handling 2337. Oh, it's a banshee bird. Transportation for 2337 is to be carried out using a portable soundproof crate. Oh, there's an interview link at the bottom. This one's these, by the way, she died. And thank you, Lydia, for your contribution to the Drunk Stream Challenge. We have plenty of fuel for the Drunk Stream Challenge. And by fuel, I mean I've still got about a quarter of a bottle of whiskey, just under half a bottle of passable apple bourbon, and an entire bottle of red wine. And that's just for now. There'll be more gotten, for the actual stream itself. Though SCP-2337 has no need of nutrition, gummy worms, footnote 2337 calls them strangle fruits. It talks. It's a banshee bird that talks. Excuse me. Are to be provided upon request, and not restricted as a reward for good behaviour. Due to 2337's poor grasp of cause and effect, punishments and rewards will inevitably result in frustration on part of involved personnel. As of... I never know which date format these things use, I never do. 12/5/14, all staff are advised not to attempt to emulate 2337's speech patterns in its presence, and are assured that 2337 understands some degree of human English. Description: 2337 is a male corncrake. Footnotes as Crex. It is sapient, sentient, and capable of speech. All of its vocalizations are extremely loud, with a minimum observed volume of 90 decibels and a maximum of redacted. This can and has caused damage to personnel's hearing. 2337 is oblivious of its ability and is generally friendly with Foundation personnel. Okay, just sends out with a litre bottle of Everclear. Yeah, you can just imagine she just gets to clunk. Liver damage. Arse crack. I mean, yes. It's the future tense version of cracks. 2337's vocalizations take the form of language tangentially related to English. It often appears to be word salad, but upon closer inspection can have meaning in English through a series of vague innuendos, metaphors, rhyme, and arbitrary insertions of the word cack. As such, 2337 will answer to the name Dr. Spanko. Oh dear. Those who don't know, Everclear is 95% proof. I've had a small amount of it. My good God. The reason it's called Everclear is because it feels like someone has just cleared out the insides of your brain. Do not spank the monkey. Both hands visible. No monkey spanking going on here. If you were to see any arm movements, it would be because there would be a cat on my lap that I was petting. Even though he's buggered off now, I have no idea where he is. Initial reports of 2337 came from unusual noises from a field near redacted Sussex, UK, which led to its capture and in the same area. Upon containment, 2337 appeared to take hostile action against Foundation personnel, emitting blasts of noise that ruptured the eardrums of 3 agents. Upon later examination, it was revealed that 2337 was attempting to make friendly conversation. Please don't drink Everclear straight. Or if you do, make sure it's in a very small amount. As in, you know, like, we are talking less than a shot glass's amount. We are talking less than that. And don't make a habit of it. Saying bad to touch. Drink every clear gay. I mean, it is clear that I'm gay, so yes. And it will always be clear that I'm gay. I mean, you know, as if the pride badges I'm wearing don't suggest that already. And you know, the fact that this has literally got the LGBTQIA plus tag on the stream. Addendum. Since the containment of 2337, several sapient creatures contained by the Foundation have displayed knowledge of its existence and have expressed interest in a meeting with 2337. The reason for this is yet to be fully understood, though it is believed that 2337 has some sort of status as an authority figure to several particularly dangerous beings. Cater reclassification has been proposed for this reason, but is currently denied due to 2337's apparent cooperation with the Foundation. Yeah, well, I would ever use Everclear as wound alcohol. I ended up using some of my whiskies that unintentionally yesterday. Obviously did that the other day, and it's like, yeah. Oh, decrypted. Interview with 2337 12/5/14. Encryption key accepted. Doctor, please state your name for the record. CAC. I'm christened Herr Dr. Spankerflex. I'm colloquially name splapped with EZP 233 and 7 am complicate across the state. Thank you. And how? Listen, SCP-2337. It's me, CAC. You seem to have a pre-established relationship of sorts with several of the more dangerous creatures in our custody. And how? Yes, please elaborate on the exact nature of this relationship. It done be shall forth. Able sauce and tricky mayonnaise forsooth, Aunt Ruth. Come packing with store-brand hostility cakes for mouth stuff. Slavykins grew boarded and bearded from Chesapeake Bay to unknown Kadath, my good Philibert. The three-ringed hobo sack over and over, Alakazam cack. This sounds like if Pokey and the goblins from Final Fantasy XIV ever had children. Please repeat that statement in a dialect used by the Foundation. 10-4, X-Lax. SCP-2337 begins yodeling for 3 consecutive minutes. Please discontinue yodeling. CAC more sense. We need you to cooperate and explain your answer in a coherent way. Mitochondria the molasses? And what the Spanglefeezer said, for shame this. Asculate the right query Q molasses. You're not hearing me, are you? Only with the Nebraska cack flip, amigo salad, cack. Cack. What ho, eastward bound? Profound disappointment. Salutations, Dr. Spanko cack, but you am authoritator explainerut. 237 begins cacking angrily, then proceeds to climb up to Dr. M's face and attempt to peck his eyes out. 2337 is quickly sedated with a tranquilizer dart, and Dr. suffers only minor scratches. This has been noted the only time that 2337 has displayed hostility. What the fuck? What the fuck was any of that? Well, we could put Everclear in a kerosene lamp or an kerosene engine. Possibly. Use to restart the engine of a falling airplane. Actually, no, I don't think you would. I don't think you'd be able to, because alcohol like that tends to burn too fast to be put into an engine or something that requires ignition. Or drinking alcohol does anyway. Well, Everclear, drinking alcohol. Use to restart the engine of a full airplane. I don't know, you give a litre of that to the pilot and he'll fly that thing manually. Well, this is just Pokey. No, it's Pokey makes more sense than that. That was a trip. That was definitely a trip. Right. Let's see. Let's see just how easy it is to find the joke ones. Let's see a joke. Well, they're going to be at the very top or the very bottom. Oh, that's at the very bottom. Procrastinati. Oh dear. want to see a drinking competition between Haddock and C4-2's Demo Man. Haddock would win. The only person who could beat Haddock in a drinking competition would be someone who does not have a liver. Okay, and we will accept that one there. I want to Wigrin's suggestion, but what? Survive that. Oh, now we're on to SCP blank stroke J. Item number SCP blank stroke J. Object class blank. Special containment procedures. It's in a box in my office. Description. It's a rock that makes you procrastinate. Addendum. Probably mimetic or something. I'll finish writing this up later. Dr. Vang. What? Dominus body adapted to turn bone marrow into alcohol seniors couldn't survive sober. Cite this page as SCP blank stroke J by Communism Will Win from the SCP Wiki. Source this page, license under CC-BY-SA. For information, see the licensing guide, which takes you to the licensing guide. Licensing is coded for more information about on wiki content. Visit licensing master list. Licensing master list. Did you get the joke? Well, yeah, it's a... Yeah, it's just basically, it's a rock that makes you procrastinate, so the person who did it couldn't be bothered to finish the page. So if there was something beyond that, then no, I didn't get it. Did they? No, I ain't it. I think that's it. Then I just did not get it. Don't have to come up the points for it yet, but here's another suggestion. 001-J. Okie dokie. The big red button, that one's called. Oh dear. Really annoying thing about trying to type on that that notepad document with the SCP on it is that the wire from my microphone and plugging into the USB cord literally obscures exactly where I'm supposed to be typing. So it's relying on touch typing skills while looking upwards, so it's kind of weird. And the great one. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's a fairly short one. Especially J's the top photo J list, so fair. Entirely fair. Item number SCP-001-J. Object class Cater. Special containment procedures. The location of Site 00 where 001-J is to be kept must remain an absolute secret. To this end, Site 00 will be guarded entirely by automated defense systems and have no living staff whatsoever. 001-J itself will be kept locked in a cube made entirely from tungsten carbide, which was itself made inside of another cube made of tungsten carbide, which will in turn be placed at the bottom of a 3-kilometer-long elevator shaft. Multiple molly guards have been carefully placed over 001-J, and the robots on Site 00 will be prepared to replace these guards if necessary. Description. This is stricken out. 001-J is a big, red, shiny, strangely appealing button that just begs to be pushed. That end the strikeout. 001-J is a self-destruct mechanism that Foundation scientists believe is powerful enough to destroy reality itself, consisting of a circular red button set into a metal case.
It looks like candy.
The mechanism by which 001-J operates is not fully understood.
But it would be awesome to find out.
001-J induces a mild psychic compulsion upon all beings who see it or hear it described to try and push it.
You know you want to.
Nice try. History. 001-J was first discovered by President of in an elevator car. At that time, 001-J looked exactly as it does now, except for the addition of a sticky note that said, "If you push this button, you'll destroy everything." The President managed to fight his compulsion to press 001-J long enough to remove 001-J from the elevator and lock it in the closet of his office. Afterwards, he contacted known to us as the Founder, and charged him with creating a special organization with specific goal of preventing 001-J from being pressed, either by careless accident or by deliberate malice, and also with the goal of protecting humanity from monsters and stuff. Agreed, took 001-J and hid it under a pile of old socks in his basement. I mean, if you're gonna hide something that's gonna end reality itself, yeah, you put it under a pile of old socks. Spent the remainder of his life sitting on his porch using a shotgun to fend off miscreants on his lawn who were suspected of being 001-J sympathizers. The millions of dollars he made on the stock exchange were used to create a trust fund that was the basis of our foundation. Since died and the foundation was set up to replace him, there have been attempts to press 001-J. Before Site 00 was relocated to
Antarctica.
Data expunged. There were many near breaches of containment when Foundation personnel attempted to press 001-J to see what would happen and had to be terminated. There have also been numerous attempts by the Foundation's enemies to retrieve 001-J, particularly the Order of the Sacred Button Pushers, who have sworn to stop at nothing to capture and press 001-J. The Order of Sacred Button Pushers. I think that's going to have to be the stream title. The Order of Sacred Button Pushers. What the fuck? What the fuck even is this? Addendum 1. I, for one, think it absurd that we still know so little of this SCP, even though we owe the creation of our organization to it, to allow petty fears of existential annihilation to prevent us from studying 001-J. I propose a simple test. Using a remote-controlled drone, we would gently tap the outer surface of 001-J. If my calculations are correct, only a tiny portion of everything will be destroyed, and the probability that we would be part of this portion is astronomically small. Dr. Blarg. Addendum 2. Denied. Report to the Psych Ward immediately. 05. This is Stroke J Glory. It really is. Addendum 3. Recently, many instances of objects that superficially resemble 001-J have appeared on the internet and elsewhere. Although they seem to share the mimetic effects of 001-J, reality-destroying properties have not been confirmed. Research into the possibility of using these devices as a preventative measure against people pushing 001-J have been postponed due to the number of researchers who started pushing buttons and refused to stop. Addendum 4. In relation to Addendum 3, researchers unable to stop pushing 001-J lookalikes appear to have a chronic addiction in that they are now physically reliant on pushing 001-J lookalikes. The affected have been admitted to hospital in for Foundation monitoring. Further research is recommended, but how it should be carried out will be the subject of further discussion. Push the button. Don't push the button. Push the button. Enough points before I have to leave. I have another Stroke J. Well, we're done with that one here, so you know what? We've got no other suggestions, so go ahead. Take a freebie. I mean, nice. Yeah, go for it. You go right ahead. /J The Broke God. Oh god. Choke. Oh, there it is. Swearing Kakat's proposal, the Broke God's cool. Gotcha. Let's just pop that on here. With 01-J, remind me, it says, yeah, that's wholly fair. It means I can actually find it. Sumerian cactus proposal. Item number SCP-001-J. Object class EOF. Special containment procedures. 001-J is under no circumstances to be allowed access to monetary gifts of any kind. Staff must relinquish all currency on their person before engaging in any interaction with 001-J. The containment of 001-J does not appear at this time to be attainable by the Foundation. However, due to 001-J's apparent apprehension involving creditors, it may be possible to effect containment through such entities. More research is needed in this field. Description. 001-J is an omniscient, omnipotent, omnitemporal entity named Michael Caine, who is the primary deity worshipped by a group of religious zealots calling themselves the Church of the Broke God. This is a piss take on the broken god, isn't it? I really love it. 001-J wields great and terrible cosmic power while possessing a distinct and crippling lack of adequate financial planning skills. Mode. Mode. Maybe. 001-J requires a significant influx of cash money in order to pay, in his own words, the water bill, child support payments, bread, and some of those little hot dogs because protein is a must if you're just barely making ends meet. However, any amount of money given to 001-J by any individual and for any reason will somehow mysteriously disappear, despite 001-J's insistence that it was not spent on booze, cigarettes, and porno mags. Wow. Discovery. 001-J was discovered by 051 on a business trip to New York during an event later described by 001-J as "that time you totally contained me," where 051 stopped 001-J from stealing a bagel by shouting, "Hey, don't steal that bagel." Ever since 051 offered to pay for 001-J's bagel and gave him a few bucks for a cab, 001-J has left no fewer than 17,000 voicemails on 051's phone, typically asking for money, or in some cases talking at length about unrelated events before eventually asking for money. Torian, hello and welcome. Eats burrito milk. Hum. Nom nom nom. Oh, by the way, Torian. Got a name. Welcome to Tony. Mal won the competition. I have an idea what to give Mal's a prize. What I don't know is what to give the runners-up as prizes. Addendum 001-J point 1. Recorded voicemails. So there are actually audio files here, but they also have transcripts. So I'm just going to read the transcripts out to you. Well, I have no suggestions this time. Yeah, I found several. I found another, but my point's already booked for the last one. Bony Tony. Honestly, seeing as we don't actually have any suggestions afterwards, I am wholly prepared to not require points at this point in time. Did you just read? Did you just resubmit the same joke SCP, Woodgren? Bony Tony, yes. Oh, 666-J. Okay, we'll pop that in. And I will reject that one just because it's, you know, giving you your points back for that. Just wanted to have a check actually. 666. No, that's really the wrong window. Fine, okay, search up. Okay. Just checking that I hadn't already read 666-J, which I have not. Twitch been sorting out that number now. Weird. I mean, no, because usually Twitch comes up and says, you know, if something gets auto-modded. It doesn't just, you know, put the underscores. The underscores is actually, you know, for a SCP we already read. The following voicemails were received by 051's office between April the 20th, 2017 and May the 1st, 2017. Notably, both the Global Occult Coalition and the Serpent's Hand also confirmed that 001-J had called them asking for money during this time, while the Chaos Insurgency reported that 001-J had called them but only burped into the phone for 15 seconds and hung up. The blank was your copy and paste messing up. Oh, right. Fair enough. Okay, so first voicemail. Hey Adam, it's me, Mike Kane. You know, from that one time we met when you contained me? Yeah, I know it wasn't a super great look, but hey, look at me now, huh? Got a whole congregation together and everything. So that's great. Say, while I'm here, I was going to ask you something. See, I'm really trying to put things back on track, get life moving in a positive direction. I want to get some stuff, you know, to keep up appearances. But I'm a little short on scratch, you know. I know you've probably got your own stuff going on. If you could spare like a short-term loan of like $200, that would be super. And you know, I'm good for it. Excuse me, absolutely good for it. Anyway, just give me a call back when you get a chance. Thanks again, buddy. Second voicemail. Adam, my man, what's happening? Haven't heard back from you yet, but definitely still trying to string things together for a few pennies. You know, pay off some bills, get that sort of thing taken care of. Really, $200 might be a stretch, right? Because we really only met that one time. I know this seems pretty forward, and I get that, I do. So I'm thinking, really, if I could come up with like $100, that would really get me settled. One foot in front of the other, you know? Trying to make a change. I know you get me. Thanks again, my man. Okay. Just want to pop in throw things Mark left here. No problem at all, Torian. Thanks for coming in as long as you did. I'll see you later. Next voicemail. Have you been talking to that GOC son of a bitch? He doesn't know anything about me, Adam. Nothing. I don't even know his name. Look, I know I probably sounded drunk the other night, and you know what? Maybe I was. This whole thing is a process, right? That's not going to happen all at once. I own that. I definitely own that. But look, I know I said that 100 would do it, but really I'm just trying to come up with, like, whatever I can. I'm supposed to take my kids. Yeah, my kids. I'm supposed to take them to the Kid Museum. And you can get in there for like $20. So if I can make that happen, me and you, that'd be perfect. $20, right? That's nothing. Anyway, hit me up, bro. Fourth voicemail. Alright, fine. You know what? I know that you got me blocked or something, and I get that. I don't blame you. So I'm calling my cousin Yabby's place. And he's a good dude, right? But look, I've got some guys I need to get paid, you know, who I borrowed some money from, and they're being pretty insistent about this whole thing. So at this point, really anything would be perfect. $5 even. What have you got lying around under your desk? You know, anything I can give these guys. So give me a ring there, homie. That'd be great. Kid Museum. I know, right? The final voicemail. Adam, I know you're there. Pick up the phone, Adam. Come on. It's your old pal, Mike, right? Remember the good times we had that time? I'm seriously in a pinch here, my man. And if you've got, like, cans of scrap metal laying around I could take off your hands, that'll be fine. Plastic bottles, even. I've got a guy who would give me 15 cents per pound of dryer lint. I know you guys do a lot of laundry. Come on, man. You know I'm good for it. I'm totally good for it. But I'm serious about that dryer lint. Hello? Adam? Hello? Fuck. What the fuck was that? I don't even know. I just don't even know anymore. So I didn't call him Mike Roch. I'm sad they didn't have his second name be Latoris. Let's go for a random SCP now. I don't think I've done this one. Just double check. Oh wait, no, sorry. No, I remember that. No, we're not going for a random one. We're going for another suggested one by Whitburn. Never mind. I'm still serious about the Latoris. Dr. Gerald's driving skills. Oh dear. Oh dear. Surprised that Harry's tie hasn't been made to an SCP yet, not to mention Harry himself. Honestly, same. Very much same. Let's change this into... And I'm going to put the one that came up on my random search as the next one to do. Yep, have not read it. So we're going to be reading SCP-2713 after this one. Item number 666-J. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. D-Class and Gerald are the only ones allowed to have any vehicle that Dr. Gerald happens to be driving. Prepare a number of body bags and equivalent to the number of passengers on any vehicle that he happens to drive, minus himself. Additionally, medical teams must be on standby if Dr. Gerald will be travelling through a populated area or any form of potentially hazardous environment, e.g. a nuclear power plant, chemical refining plant, etc. What the fuck? Description. All individuals who board any vehicle or form of transportation that Dr. Gerald himself is controlling in any form are assured to die. Testing has shown that even those who escape vehicles he's been driving are doomed. They are generally struck by another moving vehicle within minutes. In such cases where the passengers aren't near any other vehicles, they will fatally suffer from apparent anxiety-induced heart attacks. Dr. Gerald himself, oddly enough, always survives whatever horrors he puts the vehicle through. Additionally, all potentially hazardous objects seem to become even more dangerous if he is manning a vehicle in their general vicinity. Knives penetrate more than their sharpness with a cord. Normally benign oil tankers become moving bombs that will detonate with the slightest touch. Buildings lose any significant rigidity, and pedestrians seem to lose all forms of self-preservation, throwing themselves into his path. A mere bicycle ride can inflict the devastation of an EF3 tornado. Addendum 666-1. Dr. Gerald is never to come within 25 meters of SCP-462. Addendum 666-2. Plans are being made to construct a vehicle which can contain SCP-682 long enough for Dr. Gerald to actually drive it. And it's just disaster pictures from afterwards. And the final one is just a street sign that says nothing. So we have this tract of land over in Redacted, just in case we have some sort of vehicular SCP that needs to be decommissioned. Coincidentally, it's also the only place that Dr. Gerald is able to drive without permission. What the fuck? Was not expecting any of that. Really was not. That was... wow. Wow. Okay, so now next we are going for SCP-2713, with the next one after that being Randominu. Hello and welcome. Funky SCP stream. Yes, funky fresh. Thank you, DJ, for putting that one in the racking. Let's just double check we've not read it before. Nope, we have not read SCP-1000 before. Oh, that's going. Oh, that's the winner of the of series 2. That's possibly going to be a long one. Item number SCP-2713. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. 2713 and its surrounding property have been purchased by a Foundation front company to facilitate on-site containment. Approximately 1.4 square kilometers of the surrounding area have been enclosed in fencing. Mobile Task Force Pi 3, the dollar bills, is to monitor and patrol both the external and internal structures of 2713. Any global occult coalition agents identified are to be immediately neutralized as long as this is achievable without harming an SCP-2713 1 or 2 instance. Direct physical testing involving 2713-1 or 2 instances is prohibited. Interviews are to be conducted only with the direct approval of 2713 project director. Description: 2713 is an abandoned billiard hall in rural Baldwin County, Alabama, which leads to an extra-dimensional space that resembles a club which employs exotic dancers for entertainment. This internal structure is accessible from multiple locations on Earth. 2713, when viewed from outside, resembles the interior of a billiards hall in a state of disrepair and decay. It's another SCP that needs 1,000, but it's long. I don't think Pokey's long as well. There. Do you know what SCP you're talking about, DJ? So oh, we've done this one. I don't think we have. It didn't show up on my list. Box found one not read, but haven't got the points. Just say it, Lydia. Honestly, just say it, and it'll be added to the racking. There's been so many cases of people not having points, but actually having ideas. Poppy, do it. 294. Okay. Remember posting it? Must have been the first one I posted. I think it's similar to the one you first posted. You know, the one that has the exotic raptor-made dancers. I don't think it's the same one. I think it is very much a different one. In fact, I'll have a look at the SCPs here. Just to check. So 2713. I have 2718 noted as being read, but not 2713 that I can see. No, I don't have a 2713. I do have a 2718 on the second SCP stream. That might be what you're thinking of. It sounds so weirdly similar. If it's the same one as that, you know, the interdimensional, you know, cabaret club, then yes, it does. As soon as I started reading it, it's like, this seems familiar, but you know, it's not. The other one wasn't a billiards hall. It's like, you know, you go straight in and you get this really weird thing. But no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Right. So I was thinking, right, yeah, we definitely have read that one, but this is a different one, I believe. If it does turn out to be the same one, I'll finish it possibly, but I don't know. 2713-1 instances act as security and apparent patrons of 2713. 2713-1 instances are variable in nature though all appear as human. Most are either incapable or unwilling to provide Foundation personnel with their names, and their exact nature is mostly unknown. However, several 2713-1 instances have taken the opportunity to discuss their identity and even the nature of 2713 with Foundation personnel. There's a footnote saying, see Big, Black and Bald by Dr. Philip Foster for interviews and information related to the 2713-1 instance identified as Mr. Darius. So you don't know. Fair. Oh, don't worry about it, Nia. Don't worry at all. It happens. I must know why I said 1 SCP needs 1000 SCP-2273. 2273 sounds very familiar. Well, it just could be extreme numbers I found familiar. I haven't read that one. Weird. It just sounds like one I've read. When the door of 2713 is used to access the interior of 2713, individuals enter a holding room where a 2713-1 instance will check their identification, vaccination history, and criminal history. If individuals attempting to enter 2713 do not possess authentic documents pertaining to these details, they will be refused entry. All attempts to use false documents or documents belonging to others have resulted in refused entry. Additionally, entry will be refused if the individual's record indicates involvement in any violent criminal incidents or lack of regular flu vaccination. Upon initial discovery, 2713-1 instances would grant entry to any individuals with valid identification proving their age is over 17. However, after various incidents, the amount of identification required for entry increased, with the highest increase in restrictions occurring after the incident 2713-7. 2713-2 instances act as exotic dancers inside 2713 and self-identify with a variety of names which match common designations for stellar objects on their discoveries. These have included Atria, Mira, Bellatrix, and the Matvinko sisters. See incident report 2713-7. Through interviews with 2713-1 and -2 instances, it has been determined that these instances believe they represent actual astronomical objects. Until the veracity of these claims are investigated, physical testing involving either 2713-1 or -2 instances is temporarily suspended. Current knowledge of other ingress points is limited, with the GOC's entry point in Norway being the only other currently known. It is suspected that other groups of interest may also be in possession of ingress points. However, attempts to apprehend individuals associated with other GOIs have found little success due to interference of 2713-1 instances. Here 2273, it's long. There. Okay. Incident report of 2713-7. During a routine test involving Foundation personnel, 3 armed individuals gained access to the premises who were unrelated to the test. It was later determined that these individuals gained access through a secondary entry point in northern Norway. These individuals claimed to be members of the Global Occult Coalition, and despite protests from Foundation staff and several instances inside SCP-2713, attempted to restrain and remove one of the 2713-2 instances. They were horny. The Matvinko sisters, who were performing during this incident, attempted to stop the GOC agents, but one of the 2 was seriously wounded. To prevent further escalation, Foundation agents fired at and neutralized the 3 GOC agents. After this incident, a previously known coincident radio source to the crowd pulsar, which had been previously discovered by L.I. Matvinko, deviated significantly from its expected frequency for several weeks before returning to normal. Further investigation into links between 2713 instances and astronomical objects is ongoing, as is the unusual nature of the observed deviation given the distance between Earth and the Matvinko radio source. Okay. 2713-2 interview logs. That was a fair one. Following incident 2713-7, testing involved non-D-Class personnel was temporarily suspended. A D-Class individual, D11218, was outfitted with a radio communication device and sent to investigate the aftermath of incident 2713-7. Upon being granted admission, D11218 began to explore premises. Following several minutes of exploration, an SCP-2713-2 instance, who self-identified as Melina, invited D11218 to a back room. 11218 refused orders from the supervising researcher, Dr. Foster, and complied with the request from the SCP-2713-2 instance. Afterwards, the 2713-2 instance requested to speak directly to Dr. Foster, identifying him by name, which was granted. The following is a log of that conversation. Play to me in the room, let me play alongside, let me see what happened, what spring is like in Jupiter and Mars. Hello, my name is Dr. Foster. You wish to speak with me? You're so formal. You can hear me okay when I press this button, right? Yes. Good. I was wondering how long it would take you to find this place. At this point, the 2713-2 instance began to cough. Should be noted that 2713-2's breathing difficulties continue throughout the conversation. Who are you? Oh, I've always liked it when you fellas call me Melina. What's the purpose of this place? Why, ain't you all just business? Oh, God, I hate this accent. I just wanted to talk to you. I'm fairly certain I don't know you at all. Everything doesn't revolve around you, sugar. I meant your foundation. And what do you need to need from the foundation? Honey, it's less about my needs and more about you. I don't understand. 2713-2 begins to cough for several minutes before finally catching a breath. I'm sorry, it takes a lot out of me to talk to you. How can we help you? I'm not well. I think you could maybe fix that if you wanted. Is your illness related to coughing, I hear? Oh, it's coming across as coughing? That's a little bit funny. Yes, that's a problem, but it might worsen just a cough. What is wrong with you, then? The 2713-2 instance began to cough uncontrollably and did not answer. D11218 reported that she had quickly left the room they occupied. Following the extensive exploration of the remainder of 2713 over the next several hours, D11218 exited 2713. At no point was he able to locate the 2713-2 instance that he previously interacted with. I was reviewing this object's procedures when I noticed the names. Melina isn't just another star. Melina is an Inuit goddess who represents our own sun. Despite the containment procedures passing muster for our current understanding of this object, I'm passing up this chain of command for further review. Dr. Simran, Site 88's Ethics Committee Liaison. Oh shit! Well, that got an oh shit moment right at the end. What the fuck? Just link in Discord's general you might want to check later. I will have a look. Wish it might have been because they threw 096 into the sun. It's fine. A bit of regretty forgetty will be fine. Everything gets solved by regretty forgetty. Okay, and the next one to be read, I'll take that there. Oh, I did not actually update this. Okay, so we're doing next SCP. That's this. Next is going to be 294. Okay, so we're going to be looking for series 2-1. We did the sun cyclone close to the Earth. Yeah, that'll do it. Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot. It's okay, so we've got a fair long one. It's not a massive long. It's not a pokey length one, but it's long one. Love these guys, no dear. Couples. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so for those of you who haven't seen the new Redeem yet, these exist again because the local store sells them for $5 a box. There's 10 of these, essentially 50 cents per congealed foulness down my throat, and I'm offering them to you for the cheap price of 2,000 points each. And to witness my visible disgust on stream. Love this guy's on the community since he genuinely fascinated me. Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to it already then. Why am I not surprised? SV123-J. Okay, let's just pop that in racking. Look again on 2273. It has 5 interviews and 2273. Oh wait, that's also long. Yeah, that's going to be for another time. If it gets suggested, that's going to be for another time because, well, we've got about an hour and a half left, but I don't think we're going to be able to get through these and a massive length one. We'll see what happens when we come to the end of this slot, though. Okay, so item number SCP-1000, object class Cater. Special containment procedures. All media reports related to 1000 are to be examined for potential verifiability. That's a weird word. All organizations and individuals investigating 1000's existence are to be kept under surveillance by Mobile Task Force Zeta 1000 and discredited or administered amnestics. All physical signs of 1000's existence must be retrieved and kept in Foundation custody. And replaced with decoy items if necessary. Alleged sightings of 1000 must always be investigated by MTF Zeta 1000, however trivial claim. Absolutely no contact with wild or captive instances of 1000 is allowed without prior approval by Director Jones. Any interaction between 1000 and humans, including Foundation personnel, must be reported to Director Jones immediately. I haven't put it down. Yeah, like 2273 would be best to be put down at the beginning of a session. So then we basically have the entire session to get through it and then see what we're looking at the end of it. Well, that's 400 points off. Close. Funny how the Prince of Egypt song Deliver Us started playing in the background. You showed the Twinkies. It knows. It knows. Deliver us unto thee, the Twinkies. Ugh. Description. 1000 is a nocturnal, omnivorous ape classified in the hominidae branch, along with genera Pan and Homo. Adults range in size from 1.5 to 3 meters, which is between 5 and 10 feet in height, and weigh between 90 and 270 kilograms, which is equivalent to 200 to 600 pounds. They have grey, brown, black, red, and occasionally white fur. They possess large eyes with good vision, a pronounced brow ridge, a sagittal crest on the forehead similar to that of the gorilla, but present in both sexes. Their intelligence is on par with that of pan-troglodytes, the common chimpanzee. 1000 evolved alongside Homo sapiens, existing contemporary with proto-humans and humans in large numbers until 10,000 to 15,000 years ago. I swear my reading comprehension is good. I swear. When an extinction event eliminated all but 1 to 5% of their population. This event was triggered by 1000 contracting an anomalous pseudo-disease classified as 1000-F1. This disease is passed on at the genetic level and affects every present-day instance of 1000. The majority of 1000 instances are born immune to the effect. Those who are not born immune quickly die. You can claim to be American now, you get a pass. Not yet. I'm still a visitor. The effect of 1000-F1 is as follows. Any hominid, including humans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and non-immune instances of SCP-1000 that directly or indirectly observes any instance of 1000 has a minimum 2% chance of being instantly killed through anomalous means via permanent cessation of brain function. Your reading comprehension is as good as mine, Lydia's spelling. So either the two would cancel each other out, or it would just create complete and utter word salad. Salad.
Come to Twitch TV /Malkayev, where we toss the word salad every day.
Except Friday. The effects of... Oh, wait, hang on. So the percentage is cumulative, and the longer a human views 1000, the higher the chance of instantaneous death increases, at a rate of plus 1% chance per 20 minutes of viewing. This effect varies between individual members of 1000 species, with some individuals carrying a death chance of 90%. The effect is also produced by dead individuals, though small force samples do not exhibit the effect. So basically, the likelihood of dying to an instance of viewing SCP-1000 is essentially the same as getting a 6-star in Arknights. They shall enjoy the monkeys, no problem at all, Nia. See you in a little bit, and thank you for coming in as long as you did. No means of preventing the effect are small scale only and include redacted. See attached documentation, level 3 clearance required. Because of 1000's close relation to humanity, it is considered likely that 1000-F1 could eventually transfer to human carriers. Any instance of 1000 finding its way to a major population center could constitute a redacted class end of the world scenario with a minimum death toll of redacted and possible extinction of humanity. Fortunately, 1000 appears to be instinctively avoid human contact. You might be back. If you are, then I will see you then. If not, I will see you next time. It is not currently feasible to exterminate 1000 entirely. The highest known population concentrations of 1000 are at present located in the Pacific Northwest region of North America and the Himalayan mountain range in Asia. As of redacted, these populations remain extant. 1000 presence and data expunged have also been documented within the past 5 years on every continent. All known significant populations of 1000 located near human population centers have been eliminated. 1000 came into the attention of the Foundation via contact by Dr. Franz M. in 14 whatever with the Children of the Sun, who identified themselves as outcast members of the Serpent's Hand. This group has been completely destroyed by the Foundation due to their reluctance to surrender information about 1000 and 2 other redacted SCPs, one which have since been reclassified as 1000-redacted and 1000-redacted again. Excuse me. Remaining members have either joined the Foundation or have gone into hiding, presumably as members of the Serpent Hand. Weapons, tools, and other pseudo-technology resources in possession of the organization have been classified as SCP-1000-001 through SCP-1000-redacted. These resources have been made use of by the Foundation in multiple instances. For a full list, see document 1000-3534-Y, level 3 clearance required. Access to surviving ex-members of the Children of the Sun is restricted to personnel with clearance level 4/1000, unless given direct authorization for contact by Director Jones. Further information is available to personnel with clearance level 3/1000 or above. Personnel with clearance level 3/1000 or above are required to read document Alpha/1596/1000. Addendum 1000/466/X, updated special containment procedures. As of redacted, 1000 special containment procedures no longer include procure 516 Lumina. Data expunged indicates that 1000 may be developing a resistance to the sonic element. Data expunged will not develop further, so that procedure 516 Lumina can still be used in emergency situations. Investigation into alternate means of reliably keeping 1000 away from human population centers is underway. Whether 1000 resistance to procedure 516 Lumina was calculated and as such may be a sign of 1000 redacted or coincidental by chance of natural species variation is not known at this time. Level 3 clearance required. Document Alpha 1596/1000, missive from Director Jones. You've probably heard the rumours before now. Everyone without the clearance level to know better wants to get their dig in. Did you hear Sasquatch is an SCP? Are we going to capture and contain Bat Boy next? Yes, SCP-1000 is Bigfoot. I'm sure you snickered. Don't worry, contrary to rumours, we don't actually assign you to cater duty for finding something humorous. You think Bigfoot is funny because we want you to think Bigfoot is funny. We've bankrolled Hollywood comedies and farcical documentaries, paid off men in gorilla suits, perpetrated hoaxes with bear prints and goat fur, bribed and brainwashed cartoonists to get especially silly depictions on children's television. Even the term Bigfoot comes from us, planted in the media in 1958, a term people would find even harder to take seriously than Sasquatch. Why? We'll get to that. The information in the article all you've already read isn't entirely true. There are 2 direct lies and plenty of omission. There is no such thing as the anomalous pseudo-disease referred to as 1000/F1. 1000 does not possess a magical death aura. In fact, 1000 does not directly exhibit any anomalous effect whatsoever. We also lied about 1000's intelligence level. 1000 aren't chimp level smart. They're smarter. To be precise, they are exactly as smart as us. That brings us to the lies of omission. This is what this letter is for. The lies came from me, so I figure the truth should come from me as well. This is the story we got from the Children of the Sun who defected to us. It's a story we didn't believe, refused to believe at first. As you already read, the apes we called SCP-1000 evolved alongside us. We walked in the daytime, they walked in the nighttime, our nocturnal siblings in the shadows. But while we were still wandering hunter-gatherers, they changed. Like we would a few thousand years later. Tools, weapons, agriculture, domesticated animals, stable settlements. As humanity blinked in the Pleistocene sun, 1000's population exploded across the night. They blanketed the planet in the tens of billions. They made things that we still can't comprehend, even though we thoroughly studied the surviving pieces. Organic technology. They made trees and birds of prey grow into fast-moving ships. Herds of animals that became trains, bushes that became flying vehicles. From insects and pigeons, they made things equivalent to cell phones, televisions, computers, atomic bombs. The children described vast shining cities stretching across glaciers and penetrating the deepest caverns, grown skyships of ivory and spider silk, creatures tending them with hundreds of blinking eyes. We were rare like gorillas now, a few 100,000 left at best. We avoided their settlements just like wild animals today avoid ours. 1000 understood we were intelligent like them, but avoided us just as we avoided them. Saw us as fairies, as gnomes, ascribed us supernatural powers, said we ate bad children while they slept in daylight. They fenced off our dwindling wild populations and conservations, outlawed poaching, but in the underground consumed our bones as aphrodisiacs.
Can I interest you in some human horn?
Thank you, Jack, for for the suggestion of SCP-166. Let's just see. Nope, you have struck gold there. That has not been brought up yet. Let's see. Then their civilization fell, as we did it. By we, I don't mean the Foundation. By we, I mean humanity. The story is muddy. Supposedly a trickster forest god shewed humanity favour, showed us the master's tools and how to use them. Why we did it, we don't know. Perhaps they hunted us. Perhaps we were simply afraid. Perhaps it was just they fenced us in, unintentionally or not. Unintentionally or not. We simply don't know what the truth is. Somehow we were tried. We're still alive. 1000's own technology, and with it we instigated a SK class dominance shift in which humanity became the dominant species of Earth. Who was I say boner powder works better for astrophysics. Yeah. He is working. Ah, fair. We wiped out 70% of SCP-1000's population in a single day. The Day of Flowers, the children called it. Supposedly every flower bloomed that day, while our enemies died in their sleep. Then we hunted the rest down, but we went further than just killing them. With a few of the more twisted of 1000's devices, we drove the survivors mad, even those hiding beyond our reach. We trapped them in their own minds, blocking higher functions and leaving their bodies to fend for themselves like any ordinary ape. We slaughtered their living machines and burned their vast shining cities with 1000's bioweapons and reduced everything to slurry and dust that washed or blew away in spring, rain and wind. We left no traces, not even our own memory. We turned one of the weapons on ourselves, wiped out any knowledge of 1000 and the greatest civilization the planet had ever seen. Only just a few humans protected themselves from the effect, kept the forbidden knowledge, just in case. The rest of us went back to being hunter-gatherers, none the wiser. Which brings us to today. You're going to read all about this in level 3 documentation, but I'll give you the short version here. 1000 are somehow regained their forgotten intelligence and knowledge. Maybe they never truly lost it. We don't know. This is why the ever-increasing number of Bigfoot sightings is so worrying, while the attempts at contact, however indecipherable, are even more worrying. Yes, SCP-1000 are just like us, but that's what makes them so dangerous. We wiped them from history and memory, we dissolved their civilization, and we slaughtered most of their species. Just ask yourselves, if they got the chance, what more would they do to us? Fucking flowers, that is where you got so much inspiration. Love it. Oh, hello, Cape. Hello, Cape. You come for the readings? Yeah. Addendum 1000-56-D. Instances of SCP-1000 have tried to make contact with Foundation personnel on multiple occasions. Most of these attempts at contact have data expunged and translated, though recent attempts show that some instances of SCP-1000 are capable of communicating in English. Log 1000-AD065-X1. The following is a rough translation of recent 1000 attempts at communication with Foundation personnel on redacted. See attached documentation. We forgive you. Given choice for now, not forever. Let us back in. That's fucking creepy. And really good. That was a really good one. That is 1000 done. Okay, based on the fact that we've got how much left? Hour and a quarter. We've got hour and a quarter left, and we've got 3 more to do. Come on, come get. Here we go, buddy. Come on. Or do you want to be picked up? You want to be picked up, don't you? Oh, you're a long way down. Oh, you're a noodle. There you go, babe. There you go, buddy. Oh, God. There we are. Imagine SCP spawn from unrestrained Yoko Taro. I don't think it's a good idea to let Yoko Taro know about SCPs. Although, in fairness, I think he wouldn't write any because he's not good with English. That might be the only thing saving him, or saving us. SCP-1000 is one of those SCPs that most SCPs reference. That's fair. That generally is the way with the series winners. Right, so let's do the next one. Next one is 294. This is Lydia's suggestion. 294 is the coffee machine. I see exactly why Lydia requested this one. Next one is to do this. Current SCP is 294, which means the next one is going to be 123-J. It's a fairly lengthy one. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just very quickly going to pause suggestions for the next SCP. Just in case we run out of time. Just in case. We've got 2 more SCPs suggested after this one. If there's time after the second one, I'll open up suggestions again. Otherwise, we will finish. Hey, buddy. Really went for personal experience. Yes. And you probably heard that. So that was KP's bell as he shook his head. His head is literally right, was right just behind the microphone. So, item number SCP-001-J. Object class Euclid. Oh, it's a Euclid coffee machine. Special containment procedures. There are no standard special containment procedures on file for item SCP-001-J. However, only personnel of security clearance level 2 or higher are allowed to interact with it. See document 294A. 294 is currently being stored in the second floor of personnel break room and is monitored by 2 guards of security clearance level 3 at all times. Description. Item 294 appears to be a standard coffee vending machine, the only noticeable difference being an entry touchpad with buttons corresponding to an English QWERTY keyboard. Upon depositing 50 cents US currency into the coin slot, the user is prompted to enter the name of any liquid using the touchpad. Upon doing so, a standard 12-ounce paper drinking cup is placed and the liquid indicator is poured. 97 initial test runs were performed, including requests for water, coffee, beer, and soda, non-consumable liquids such as sulfuric acid, wiper fluid, and motor oil, as well as substances that do not usually exist in liquid states such as nitrogen, iron, and glass, and each one returns a success. Test runs with solid materials such as diamond have failed, however, as it appears that 294 can only deliver substances that can exist in liquid states. Just imagine Dr. White met their SCP-1000, what chaos would that happen? Play chess with it. It is of note, after approximately 50 uses, the machine would not respond to further requests. As a period of approximately 90 minutes, the machine seemed to have restocked itself. It's also interesting to note that many caustic liquids that would have eaten through a normal paper cup seem to have no effect on the cups dispensed by the machine. Testing is ongoing. As suggested, 294 was moved to the second floor personnel break room as a money-saving venture. Following incident 294-01, guards were stationed at the item and a security clearance became necessary to interact with it. Oh god. And Dr. Joe was a designated driver for the event. Ah, yes. Keith has just jumped off. Document SCP-001-A regarding incident 294-01. On the 21st of August 2005, Agent Joseph Redacted attempted to use item SCP-094 to obtain coffee during his allotted break time at 9:30 AM. At the request of Agent to see what it would do, request a cup of Joe from the item. Moments after confirming the selection, Agent Joseph began to sweat profusely and complained of dizziness before collapsing. After moving the unconscious agent to the infirmary, the medical team recovered the contents of the cup dispensed by SCP-094, a combination of blood, tissue, and other bodily fluids. Testing revealed the DNA sequence of the biological matter dispensed by SCP-094 matched that of Agent Agent made a complete recovery after 4 weeks of rest and intravenous hydration. X-rays and CAT scans showed no further signs of injury, and was released. Both agents were reprimanded. Additional security measures for 294 have been recommended. It took it literally. It took it literally by, a cup of Joe being a cup of Joseph. Outstretched out there with a lot of pops and cracks. I've done that. I did that last night. I was like, I literally stretched my arm like that, and I heard like 4 consecutive pops. Like, God, I'm old. Addendum SCP-294-F. After reviewing documentation on 294, suggested testing 294's ability to retrieve specific liquids from a distance. Addendum 294H. With the overseeing of O5, a cup of O75 secretion was used as input. The product was proven to be the requested liquid, and the cup was able to successfully contain the material. However, the report for incident 075/07 was acknowledged 2 hours after the test. See Addendum SCP-075-M. A containment procedure breach had occurred exactly the same time the test was taking place, waking 075 to its active stage. It was able to secrete a amount of basic solution equal to the capacity of a coffee cup before emergency containment procedure was applied, and it was rendered passive. Liquid was not found in the post-incident investigation. Addendum 294I. Researchers punched in a request for cup of gold. The machine dispensed a cup of molten gold. Researcher requested similar precious metals with a similar result. And thank you, Jack, for your contribution to the Drunk Stream Challenge. Yeah, we're only roughly halfway through our estimated lifespan. Yeah. Well, not even that. Like, with medical advances and that kind of stuff now, we are nowhere near half. Well, yeah. We're not. And thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ. Excuse me. Addendum 294J. Researcher punched in from a safe range request for a cup of anti-water. The machine hummed briefly, then displayed out of range on the entry pad. It is theorized that 294 has limited range of collection and cannot reach into alternate universes' dimensions. Addendum 294K. Researcher punched in a request for diamond. 294 briefly hummed, then displayed out of range on entry pad. 294 gives the request result for all solid substances. As diamond is a solid crystalline form of carbon, it appears the machine will not dispense liquid carbon, as it does not result in a diamond. When cup of carbon was subsequently punched in, the machine dispensed a cup of liquid carbon. 294 was immune to the damaging effects of the dispensed liquid. Addendum 294M. Testing for a range of SCP-294's capacity for retrieval has been initiated. A unique compound has been formulated composed of undisclosed ratios of brown bleach, brand cola, met RX powder, and garam masala. The fluid was created and placed in a sealed container 25 meters away from 294. When requested, the fluid was dispensed. An equal amount of the mixture was no longer present in its original container. For how many survive their retirement nowadays, not counting early or medical retirement? Quite a lot. The best coffee. Oh, I don't think it would do that because, you know, best is subjective. Like, for example, Callie has a type of coffee that she got from a coffee shop nearby one day, and she swears it's one of the best coffees she's ever tasted. For me, it's like, I've tasted better. Like, you know, it could be because I'm not fussy, or because her coffee's meant to be drunk a certain way with certain additions, but it was not the best coffee I've ever had. And you know, because, you know, human taste happens quite a lot. Could maybe regretty forgetty though. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thought. Addendum 2940/01. Researcher, under observation of level 4 personnel, keyed in a request of the best drink I've ever had. 294 dispensed a fluid similar in appearance to cola. The researcher identified it as a mixed drink he recalls having at a bar during his bachelor party, and was convinced it was the best drink. Did not know what ingredients were in the drink besides rum and cola. Further tests are scheduled to ascertain how 294 gathers information. Addendum 2940/01A. Under the same conditions, Agent the best drink I've ever had, 294 delivered a dark fluid topped with white foam, which was later identified as Vienna Lager. The cup was printed with a color picture of 5 men and 2 women drinking beer on the beach. Was one of them. In his briefing, Agent confirmed that his favourite drink ever was a Vienna Lager he consumed at a beach with his friends. It has now been confirmed that 294 has the ability to directly gather information from someone's mind in order to comply with the given conditions. 294Q/01. Subject keyed the perfect drink. The machine dispensed a cup containing an odorless lavender liquid. After drinking the liquid, subject appeared to go into shock. Subject later committed suicide, leaving a note which read, "I'm sorry, but at this point everything's just one big letdown. Requesting such a drink again is highly discouraged. None of the components of the drink have yet been identified." Yeah, don't try for perfection. Don't try for perfection because, perfection just makes everything else seem worse. Addendum 294T/01. Subject keyed in something Cassie will like. The device was heard to hum for about 3 seconds before dispensing an empty cup. Printed on the side of the cup was an image of a traditional soda fountain glass filled with something brown and topped with whipped cream. Upon introduction to 085, it was identified by her as a chocolate banana milkshake and judged delicious. Addendum 294AB. During a mass security breach, Agent requested a cup of pertinent medical knowledge while taking shelter inside the second floor break room. Of the 4 agents in the room, Agent was the only one who was not injured. 294 poured a cup of clear green liquid. Following the ingestion of the substance, Agent began mending the other agent's wounds in a manner consistent with foundational medical training. Agent no longer has the medical training in the liquid provided, and other attempts to recreate the effect have failed. The agent has speculated that this event was an emergency measure taken by the object to ensure self-preservation. Addendum 294AC. Dr. requested my life story from 294. 294 made humming noises and shook violently for approximately 3 minutes before providing a highly viscous, opaque black liquid. Upon consumption, Dr. reported that he remembered everything that had ever happened to him. Following this test, Dr. entered his office and returned 48 hours later with a 538-page autobiography. Addendum 294AD. Researcher produced requesting consisting solely of the phrase, "surprise me." Device produced an opaque cup containing normal water, later determined to have been heated to approximately 200 degrees Celsius. Upon receiving vibration from transport, the contents of the cup turned into steam, violently spraying boiling water in a 2-meter radius. Okay. I mean, that certainly was a surprise. What about Eon? Her 23rd copies there and got to shop her. Oh, Jesus. Don't forget the monkey suit. Addendum 294AF. Researcher produced request for blood of Christ. 294 vibrated and produced the message, Hic es enim calix sanguinis mei. Then produced a paper drinking cup containing approximately 0.12 litres of red grape wine. I'm going to translate that. It's got to be something like, it's just called the blood. It just probably so. Traditional translation is, "This is the cup of my blood." "23. Rookie numbers. Addendum 294AG. Researcher produced request for cup of Simildon blood, cup of passenger pigeon blood, and cup of Thomas Jefferson blood, and received 3 out-of-range errors. Oh, stop. Oh, there. Stop. No worries. Addendum 294AH. A D-class personnel with IQ of 99 and low curiosity scores was given written instructions about what to request. The D-class personnel produced a request for blood of Canis lupus and received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as wolf blood. The D-class personnel next produced a request for saliva of Equus ferus calibus, or cabalus, and received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as horse saliva. The D-class personnel next produced a request for urine of Fascularitus cinereus and requests a cup of liquid subsequently identified as koala urine. The D-class personnel next produced a request for cerebrospinal fluid of Fabermus Pattersoni and requested a cup of liquid currently undergoing analysis. It is to be noted that Fabermus Pattersoni went extinct during the late Miocene epoch approximately 8 million years ago. Addendum 294AI. Dr. Kim produced a request for a cup of room temperature superconductor and requests a cup of apple juice with seeds floating in it. Love it. Addendum 294AJ. Dr. Menchu produced request for cup of D151839's leukemia and received a cup of fluid. The fluids were microscopically examined and found to contain leukemic blast cells, which were genetically matched to D151839. A second request for cup of D151839's leukemia resulted in an out-of-range error. D151839 was subsequently found to be free of leukemia. However, within 15 days, leukemia had reoccurred. Others SCP-294 experiments are currently awaiting approval. That was an interesting one. That was a very interesting one, that. Okay, we're now going to go on to 123-J. 123-J. And the next one after that being 166. Coffee. Agreed, Lydia. So, when people usually, do a scream for coffee, it's coffee. But in your case, Lydia, would it be coffee? Okay, SCP-123-J. Amazing butter-like substance. Oh my god. Hell if I know. There. I will say, I will still, offer coffee and hugs at every opportunity. Item number SCP-123-J. Apparently, for some weird reason, I think I'm a trucker because I'm resting my arm on this stool. The more interactions I have on Twitch, the more I realize I'm missing emotes, but I also don't have slots for additional emotes. Like, I really need a hug emote because I really like the variation that you made on the hug emote, Lydia. I really like that one. So item number SCP-123-J. Object class safe. It looks like mashed potato. It looks like instant mashed potato. I've had medicine again. Ah, fair. If personnel ever come across an instance of... sorry, I've skipped an entire paragraph there. Special containment procedures. Any instances of 123-J are to be contained within the staff refrigerator at site redacted. Staff use is allowed, however, staff are warned that ingestion of 123-J and subsequent information of its composition can result in shock, paranoia, and a healthier lifestyle. What the fuck? If personnel come across an instance of 123-J, they are to purchase it, and preferably some instances of 123-J-2. Description: 123-J-1 is a small plastic tub with the brand label "I can't believe it's not butter" on its cover. Investigation has been made into Bessel Company, creators of "I can't believe it's not butter." However, no links to any occult organizations have been found. Contained within 123-J-1 is a compound of oils forming into an edible substance, designated 123-J. When a subject spreads 123-J on any grain product and ingests it, they report 123-J to have a taste similar to butter. When informed that the substance is not organic butter, subjects typically report disbelief. You have 3 extra remote slots, huh? So, Lydia, your remote slots go up based on your number of subscriber points. So the more subscribers you get overall, as in unique subscribers, the more emote slots you get. I think it also unlocks as a combination of subscription points and time. Because I've currently got, I think, 9 emotes for tier 1, 1 for tier 3, and 1 for tier 2. Because it's based on I've got so many tier 1 subscribers, no tier 1s, and a single tier 3, 2 if you count myself. Then there's the follower emotes, and then there's the bit emotes. The bit emotes obviously only unlock when someone actually reaches the target, and like No, you also get to plan. You get to plan the next emote or two. Same with your subscriber badges. Come to think of that, I think I need subscriber badges done soon. I actually do. I think I'm going to need one for March. I have no idea what to do because I think the green one is the top one, as in the green dragon wing. No, the red dragon. No, the red dragon wing. I think is the is on yeah. Red dragon wing is is the top one I've currently got. And that's a 2-year badge. So yeah, I'm going to be needing to design a new one. Why is it? Oh, hang on, sorry. I've just got a text which usually means it's from Callie. Okay, please come get me on. She's coming home. She's got a headache, so I was just told I'm still streaming for another hour. Maybe. Depends though on how long then this and the next one takes. 123-J melts when exposed to heat higher than room temperature. When therefore refrigerated, 123-J slowly solidifies into its original spreadable state. I love the fact that it is just I can't believe it's not butter. I just, I love that that's all this is. 123-J was originally purchased by Agent C in a Safeway supermarket located in Maryland. I don't care if you pronounce it Maryland, you're wrong. Upon ingesting it through the use of a SCP-123-J-2, the agent handed 123-J to Agent F, urging confirmation that the substance was butter. Agent F ingested the remaining portion of 123-J-2 and alerted the Foundation. Although initially suspected of misinformation, Agents C and F were later promoted. Wow. Wow. Addendum 123-J-A. Interview 123-J-A. Interviewed D6539. Interviewer Dr. Redacted. Forward. D6539 had just ingested 123-J after it was spread on an instance of 123-J-2. Begin log. Excuse me. How are you feeling? Like I've obtained my recommended amounts of nutrients, vitamins, and all at a very low price. What if I told you that was not butter? Really? Turns to security cam 1. I can't believe it's not butter! That's right. 123-J is actually composed of vegetable oils. Without the addition of all that pesky saturated fat, you find organic butter. You can trust 123-J to deliver the flavour you're used to, but at a lower price and a healthy heart. Wow! End log. Closing statement. Although D6539 was still sent in for month's-end termination, he did so with the confidence that he had reduced his cholesterol intake to a healthy standard, but thanks to SCP-123-J. What the fuck? I was saying through that, this is just, I can't believe it's not butter, but the fact that they did an interview log that was just the advert for it. What the fuck, Nia? What the actual fuck, Nia? Alright. Now on to what could be the final one. I don't think it's going to take an hour, but I want to be very certain. It's 166. Just a teenage Gaia. Okay, it's a fairly lengthy one. It's a fairly lengthy one, so let's be, yeah. But do you enjoy the monkeys in this one? But what you thought it would be? Oh my god! God damn it, Nia! I will say it again in reaction to that previous one. God damn it, Nia! You really tell, like, there are certain people who request certain types of SCPs. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just, if Nia requests a joke one, it's going to be an absolutely ridiculous one. If Pokey requests one, it's going to take fucking ages and be horrifying. Let's change that as well. Got here just in time. I'm meant to hear your first goddamn it, Nia. In other words, perfect timing. Right, so item number SCP-166, object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. 166 is contained in a biocontainment zone C at Site 19, which has been modified to include a hermetically sealed antechamber and an industrial strength air purifier. Containment staff must wear the specially designated 166 biohazard suits at all times when inside 166's containment area. Due to 166's unique physiological need, a variety of loose-fitting organic cotton clothing has been provided to be rotated monthly. All meals are to be cooked according to the guidance provided with as little inorganic additives as possible. Reasonable requests for personal items and modifications to the containment suite may be granted upon approval by a level 4 high authority. Update. All requests by 166 must be approved personally by Site Director Light. To date, 166 has requested a copy of the Holy Bible. The way rhymes shown a revision, granted. A Catholic rosary, granted. Access to a Catholic priest for confession, mass and other sacraments, denied, but Chaplain Davis has been scheduled to meet with 166 on alternating Sundays after a thorough decontamination process. Oh dear, if I have a theme besides the J preference. Your ones come out completely unexpected, Whitgren. Like, the ones you come up with, like, seem to have some form of good twist or a absolute what the fuck moment at the ending. Various books and magazines, mostly religious in nature, granting pending review and approval of contents. A telephone with which to contact the abbess of Our Lady of Mercy Convent in County Galway, Ireland. Denied. Granted. Overruled by order of State Director. Denied. Description. 166 is a European female human in its late teens with ungulate features, possessing antlers, hooved feet, and a short tail reminiscent of Rangifer trandus, the common reindeer. Despite these obvious abnormalities, DNA analysis reveals no abnormal genetic traits. So is her name Jane Deere then? Within the 15-meter radius of 166, artificial objects gradually return to an unworked state. Higher complexity objects like electronics or vehicles are affected quicker, with degradation of their metallic components causing catastrophic structural failure in a matter of hours. Rudimentary materials such as stone buildings or products made of organic materials decay at a virtually imperceptible rate. With the same radiance, plant life will begin to sprout, often growing in improbable places such as out-of-security cameras or ID scanners. Sure as heck isn't planned. It's just, it's one of those things that, your preference in things comes across as, like, you like these SCPs, so you would like other people to experience them or to hear them read out. And it just, it follows a theme of things that you like, which in turn usually follows some sort of theme. 166 possesses a possibly anomalous sensitivity to artificial material and pollutants, with inhalation or contact causing pressure ulcers and symptoms of acute asthma attacks. In one case, physical proximity to a smoker caused 166 to undergo a severe asthma attack, even though the doctor at the time had not smoked a cigarette for 3 weeks. Discovery. 166 was discovered at the Our Lady of Mercy Convent in County Galway, Ireland, where it lived since infancy. 166 was confirmed by a defecting Global Occult Coalition agent to be the child of Threat Entity 997-Black, the Goddess, also known as SCP Redacted, who was terminated by a GOC strike team in what would be known as the Cornwall Incident. We covered GOC documentation. Oh yes, we've got some. Oh, this is even bigger. Jesus Christ, this is huge. Well, it's not huge, but it's kind of big. Threat Entity Database Entry. Threat ID KTE 9927 Blackchild, the Daughter. Authorized response level 4, severe threat. Description. Threat Entity is a child of incarnated LTE 9972 Black, the Goddess, and an unknown father. While it strongly resembles its mother and shares its animalistic features, it lacks the extreme bestial appearance of 9927-Black. Possesses minor chlorokinetic abilities, but primary reason for threat entity classification is the instinctive knowledge and eligibility to enact occult procedure clockwork Blackchild Havila, a worldwide ritual working that would irreversibly regress human civilization to Neolithic standards. Strike Team Lancelot neutralized 9927 Black in in England during an operation which would later be known as the infamous Cornwall incident. I'm pretty sure Cornwall is where the Knights of the Round Table and the King Arthur legend is purported to take place. But were unable to confirm the liquidation of 9927-Blackchild due to the death of the strike leader, Agent Ukulele. Ukulele was posthumously awarded the Silver Aegis for his lifelong service to humanity. Liquidation. Threat entity is not known to possess any defensive abilities, terminate with extreme prejudice. The agent had refused to terminate SCP-001-J, instead smuggling it to a Catholic convent in County Galway, Ireland. It lived there until the age of 12, at which point a visitor to the convent accidentally witnessed 166 and reported it to the authorities. The agent then contacted the Foundation, agreeing to share GOC intelligence in return for its guaranteed safety and containment of 166. Further details are classified. That sounds like he is the dad. Addendum 166.1 Chaplain Davis bi-weekly interview. Good morning, child. Good morning, father. As usual, I have to remind you that due to our environment, the sealed confession will not take place unless specifically invoked. Even then, the details of our confession can be unsealed if they're determined to be essential. Understand? 166 nods. Excellent. Now, how are you doing? Good. One of the staff told me about Benedict yesterday. Is that true? Yes, that was rather unfortunate, but it does make sense. He was rather old even when he first got the position. Now he can rest, knowing he served the church well. Do you know who's going to replace him? Well, speculation has abounded, but could be anyone. It's difficult times after all, with all the recent controversies. They may want a fresh face to represent the church, or they may go with a man who's dedicated years of his life. Who knows, they may even pick a working class man. Certainly would give people to think about. Something to talk about. I guess so. Two of them sit in silence. I'm sensing a question arising, child. Sorry. No need to apologise, that is what I'm here for after all. What is it? It's just, I wanted to ask you something. Though thought it might be a little personal. I was just wondering, do you have a good relationship with your parents? My mother, yes. Before she passed away, I visited her once a month at the retirement home, plus her birthday and holidays. Told her I was a chaplain serving in the military, which I suppose is somewhat close to the truth. And your father? That's a rather more complicated question. He's a good man, a soldier who held three things dearly: God, country, and family. Unfortunately, he held those convictions rather severely, which resulted in some heated discussions. I love him still, but this way is best for everyone. What about your parents? I know you lived in the convent, but before that? I never really knew them. I got dropped off when I was a baby. I mean, I guess they must have known the sisters that if they put me there, but I don't remember them. Just what I picked up. They mentioned my mother a bit before they realised that they should watch what they say about me. I think they said something about her being a goddess, which obviously wouldn't be true. She must have been some sort of spirit, but she must have been something if I ended up looking like this. She gestures to himself. I remember eavesdropping on the abbess. She was talking to one of the other sisters about how she had done something wrong. Something about a ritual that someone else stopped. They said she died. I'm sorry for loss. Well, not like I knew her. And your father? She hesitates. I don't know. He must have been the one who dropped me off at the convent. But why there? Why didn't he take me with him? I'm sure he has his reasons. Maybe. You know, they never talked about him. Not once. Must have asked the abbess 1,000 times, but she never even mentioned a hint of him. If my mother was so horrible, what did my father do? That was fucking dark. Addendum 166.2, disciplinary interview of Redacted. Begin log. Light. What the hell were you thinking? I wanted to make sure she's alright. You wouldn't let me talk to her. I took another route. What you did was so much worse than that. If you just stuck to throwing your weight around to get her amenities, sure, I could overlook that. But you then go about trying to give a Class 4 anomaly a phone line to the outside world. Damn it, the council already dislikes you working at the same site as her. This gets out, you can kiss whatever deal you made goodbye. Come on, Sophia, she's harmless. The only reason she's in there is because of me. I had to do something. Was the Foundation just going to let her grow up thinking that her... Before you say another word, remember this will be public to everyone with a Class 4 clearance. I can redact your name, but I can't stop people from putting the pieces together from an ill-timed outburst. 16 years. 16 years where she couldn't walk through a city or catch a movie or just go shopping. Doesn't matter if she's in a convent or a Foundation cell, she's been locked up for something she had no choice in. All because of me. It isn't fair. I know. I can't do anything about it. I could send a strike team anywhere in the world. I know secrets that the most powerful people in the world would pay billions for, and yet I can't even so much as talk to her. Let her know that she's not alone. You've done the best you could, much more than anyone could have expected of you in an impossible situation. Funny how little it makes a difference. I don't care. Just write me up. Just get this over with. I'm scheduling you for 6 2-hour sessions with a Foundation psychologist. I'll make sure it's glass. He signs off at the end of it. We can expunge this from your record. Name? Yeah? Yeah, I know. Thank you, Sophia. Welcome back, Jack. On 5/8/2013, the following note was discovered within SCP-166 containment area. Redacted. I first met your mother when we were little more than children. She had hooves for feet and stars in her eyes. She was beauty in nature incarnate. I killed her with my own 2 hands. Eden isn't just a place, it's a state of being. They wanted to take us back to it. I stopped them. I took paradise away from us for a second time. I've never regretted my actions on that day, except one. When you first met me on that day, you saw your father put a bullet into the head of your mother. I made no excuses, only explanation. You may not have even remembered it, but I'm telling you now and hope you understand why I did what I did. I hope you forgive me. I love you. I wish I could have done more for you. The best I could do was leave you in the hands of kind and loving people, and hope they would raise you in my place. From what I've seen, they've done well. I'm sorry you couldn't stay with them. I'm sorry they brought you to this place. I promise to do my best to make sure your stay here is pleasant. I promise to keep you safe. Happy 16th birthday from your loving father. Which is a link to the tombstone of Alto Clef, which is a fairly lengthy tale by the look of it. So actually, yeah, it's a tale. Poor little Jane Doe. Oh my god, Callie! That was bad. That was just bad. What? Who the fuck is Jane Doe? Well, Jane Doe is basically the name that they give to female presenting people that can't be identified. So it's basically, to give them a name, that basically says, because you can't have name blank, it's, name is Jane Doe. I think it's also John Doe as well, if it's masculine presenting. Stuff like that sort of question. So I don't know if you actually knew, Callie, but the description of her of the SCP was female with antlers and hooves, and you come in here calling her Jane Doe. It's John Doe from Els, yeah. Thank you, Woodrun. You heard your phone. God damn it. Half an hour left. I think for ease of stuff, we're going to be going, and that's going to be the end of the stream. We'll just do one of the things that I often forget to do, and post up the SCP list in the server. Well, come over to this screen because now the SCP stream's ending. Yeah, thank you very much for coming along, for all your support. It's all been greatly appreciated. In whatever way you've chosen to show it. Next stream from me is going to be tonight at 1 a.m. GMT, which will be 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. EST. Yeah, well, I'm going to be continuing with Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Hopefully I'll be able to download it. Because as I recall, it's a fairly big game. As in memory-wise. But yeah, I'll get that sorted out for tonight. And then after that, the next stream will be 9 p.m. EST tomorrow, aka 1 a.m. GMT on Wednesday night. Where I'll be going to finish Bioshock 2 and then going into Bioshock Infinite's 1999 mode. And then Thursday at 4:30 p.m. GMT, which is half past midday EST, I will be playing Locked Up for the delayed Halloween Day stream because I just was not up to anything on Halloween. I just needed to recharge my energy so badly, I just could not get anything done. So yeah. Fun fact, author confirmed that 166 in fact Dr. Claire's daughter. Would explain why the Your Loving Father links to a tale called the Tombstone of Alto Clef. Hopefully be sleeping then. I hope so as well, Wigram. I hope you manage to get some sleep tonight. But yeah, until next time, thank you again for coming along, for your support. It's all greatly appreciated. Until next time, though, have yourselves a good rest of your day, a good afternoon, a good morning, a good evening, or a good night. I thank you, DJ, for your contribution to the Drunk Stream Challenge. Until then, though, stay safe, stay amazing. See you later. Bye.